It was the night of October 31st, 2000. Taipei's Chiang Kai-shek International Airport was soaked in heavy rain from a passing typhoon. Singapore Airlines Flight 006, a Boeing 747-400, sat at the gate preparing for its journey to Los Angeles. The aircraft was near capacity, carrying 159 passengers and 20 crew members. Despite the weather, everything seemed to be running smoothly, and no significant delay was expected. Captain Foong Chi Kong, an experienced pilot with over 11,000 flight hours, was in command. Alongside him were First Officer Latif Cyrano and Relief Pilot NG Kang Lang. The crew had just returned from a short break, and although they were fatigued, their focus remained on the checklist. The rain pelted the fuselage as passengers boarded, many unaware of the growing danger outside. Due to the typhoon, visibility was low, and the ground radar was struggling to maintain clarity. At around 23:15, the tower cleared SQ-006 for takeoff on runway 05L. But due to miscommunication and poor visibility, the aircraft lined up on the wrong runway, runway 05R, which was closed for maintenance. Construction equipment and barriers dotted the runway, but in the dark and rain, they were almost invisible. As the engines roared to life, the 747 began accelerating down the wrong path. Inside the cockpit, the crew remained unaware of the grave error. Passengers braced themselves, some nervously clenching the armrests. Within seconds, the plane struck construction equipment. The fuselage split, flames erupted, and the once smooth takeoff turned into a nightmare. The collision tore the aircraft apart. Flames engulfed the forward cabin, and thick black smoke spread quickly. The chaos was immediate. Screams pierced the air as the cabin lights flickered out. Flight attendants sprang into action, attempting to guide passengers through smoke-filled aisles. Some exits were inaccessible, jammed, or burning. Despite the horror, moments of heroism emerged. Cabin crew members led passengers to available exits, helping them jump down the emergency slides. Some passengers kicked out windows to escape the inferno. In less than a minute, rescuers began arriving. Airport firefighters battled the blaze while paramedics tended to the injured. The aftermath was devastating. Of the 179 people on board, 83 lost their lives, many due to the impact or smoke inhalation. Most fatalities occurred in the forward cabin, the area that suffered the brunt of the collision. Among the survivors were those who sat toward the rear or near usable exits. Investigators and emergency teams were shocked by the wreckage. The rain continued to pour as the rescue operation stretched into the early hours of November 1st. A Boeing 747, one of the safest aircraft ever built, had suffered a fatal crash, not in the sky, but on the ground, seconds before takeoff. In the months that followed, investigations uncovered the tragic string of errors that led to the crash. The primary cause was pilot error. The crew had lined up on the wrong runway. Poor visibility, confusing taxiway signage, and fatigue were contributing factors. The closed runway 05R was not clearly marked, and warnings were missed. Singapore Airlines accepted responsibility and offered full compensation to the victims' families. The airline's reputation suffered, but remained largely intact due to their transparent handling of the tragedy. Additional safety measures were introduced at airports worldwide to prevent similar runway confusion. Captain Foong survived, but was haunted by guilt. His career ended with the crash, and he rarely spoke publicly afterward. The tragedy of Flight 006 served as a stark reminder that even the best-trained pilots are human, vulnerable to stress, fatigue, and environmental challenges. In aviation schools and safety seminars, the case of Singapore Airlines Flight 006 is now studied as a key example of runway safety failure. The loss of 83 lives was not in vain. Every life lost pushed the industry toward greater accountability and safer skies. Even today, whenever a heavy rain falls on an airport tarmac, those who remember the night in Taipei are reminded that safety is not just about the air, but also the ground beneath.